Okay, welcome back. In this discussion, we want to jump into a little bit more detail of the submittal and talk a little bit about how this can be viewed through the project portal as well as the different workflows. So if you remember in the first discussion, we basically went through all of the different steps and the different fields and how to put attachments on the submittal. So this submittal is still in draft mode here. So now I feel comfortable with all the information that I have on the submittal. I have my attachments here. I can see them all associated with this. I've set up my distribution group. Here's all of the people that need to receive and approve this specific submittal. And if I want to copy anybody else and keep them in the loop here, I can see that as well. So everything looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and validate this, and this is going to put it into a not submitted state. So now it's validated and it's ready to be submitted out. So I'm going to go ahead and submit for review, and this is going to send an email to all of the individuals that were on that submit to group. Okay, so now here is an example of what this email is going to look like. We can see the recipients are the people that were in the submit to group. I can CC other people if I want. We're going to automatically fill in the subject, put in some details about this submittal. And in this particular instance, we're actually going to send a PDF version of that submittal. So we're going to go ahead and send this over. And that submittal was just received in my email inbox. So I'll drag it over and just kind of show you what it looks like here. Here's my inbox, and you can see that there's an attachment on here as well as this button. And this button will allow all of your project stakeholders to view and respond to the submittal. So that's what we're going to do here is click on that. It's going to open up the submittal in the web portal. So this gives you an idea of what all of the project stakeholders see when they're accessing this submittal. We can see all the different attachments that are associated with it. We can see the distribution group, and we're starting to build some out of the responses. So we can see that Brant Wadsworth test contact was sent this today, and it's in the sent state. All of these different attachments are viewable simply by clicking the preview button. It will open up that attachment in the web viewer. So you can see that we can access this. We can see all of the different parts and pieces. From here, we can download any of these. We can zoom in, we can zoom out, whatever you really need to do. There's also the ability to annotate and to comment directly onto these so that we can start to bring some collaboration between the stakeholders together. So let's jump back to the portal view here. So now if we scroll down to the bottom of this submittal, we'll have the ability to enter in comments to make our decision whether we want to accept it, reject it, or approve the submittal or ask for revision. So we're going to go ahead and just enter some comments. We can also click this button to choose a file to upload any attachments into this submittal if we need to. So we're going to go ahead and reject this submittal. Our response was entered successfully. We're going to jump back to the submittal here. Okay, now when we take a look at the submittal here, we can see that the status now is in a revise state. And when we look at the responses tab below, we can see that Brant Wadsworth received this, actually rejected it. And so we can resubmit it here. But what we want to do now is we want to create a revision. We want to be able to revise it and resubmit it. So we simply do that by clicking the new revision tab, and that will make a duplicate of this exact submittal here. You can see that now it's in draft mode again. And when we come in and we can edit this submittal, now we can make any changes that we need to make sure that this submittal is correct. So making all of our changes, saving it, dragging and dropping any attachments that we need to associate with this particular revision. Then we're going to validate it, and then we're going to submit it off for review again. So that's going to go through that process one more time. Okay, here's our email ready to go. We'll hit send. Okay, here's our new email that we've just received. So we're going to go ahead and view and respond to this as well. Again, we're back to the web portal preview of this of the submittal. We can see now that we're revision number 1, and all the details, all the attachments, everything. Now down at the bottom, we could go through and say, yep, everything looks great, and we're going to accept this submittal. Response was received successfully. Now when we open up the submittal, we can see that it's now in an approved state, so everything is ready to go. Looking at the top, we can see a listing of the revisions. So if we were to click on the Smart button here, we would see all the revisions that we've created for this. We'll use the breadcrumb to go right back. And that is pretty much it for the workflow for the submittal. Hope this has been a valuable little tutorial, and we look forward to having you on the next one.